Rad Chad Roberts back to you at Sportsman Training Center. We're over here on the black course, station number 2. Most of you guys are gonna come out to a course like this and you're gonna be like, okay, I signed my waiver. I went into the clubhouse, they helped me out with ammo. I understand how to shoot a firearm. All the safety stuff is there. You get out here, what do you do next? Number 1 is safety. Obviously have your ears and eyes in, always around the cage, because these things do get loud even though we're outside. Guns do get loud, so we want to protect our ears. And if we ever shoot a target, because we can throw them at any angle, you sometimes could get some stuff coming off the clay that can come at you, and we want to make sure that our eyes are protected. So make sure you keep your eyes on, right, everybody? Ears and eyes. So number 2 thing, we're going to come out here. You're going to be sitting here like, okay, I got this puller right here. It's got a couple buttons, and you're like, what do I do with it? Well, if you look at, if they're a good club, which I know this place is, you're gonna look up here and it's gonna have a map of what the targets are doing. So we have a number 1 and 2. Both these targets are right here. One's going up, which is the Atlas trap right here to our right. And then over in the trees back over there, we have another target going out across here. Both are orange targets. That one's covered up, so you don't even know what it is, but we're gonna talk about targets in a second. So what do? Do you just come up and start pushing buttons? No, because if you do, nothing's gonna happen. But when you check in, they're gonna give you one of these cards, which has their name on it, has their phone number in case anything happens out here on the course. Basically, these are count up cards. You can shoot them as much as you want. You just have to show up and pay for it later. What happens is you put this card in and you just start throwing targets. So if you want doubles, you push the bottom button. If you want one at a time, you push each button. Now, most ranges will have some form of rules set out aside. This one has it back there away from the camera, but it'll tell you 2 shots at only a time. I know we're in Kansas, people, and I know people hunt out here, but I'm from California, sorry. But here's the deal. Only 2 shots at a time in your gun. So if you guys are with your 870s coming out here with your pump guns and your hunters, make sure when you're at the range, it's only 2 shots at a time. So you load up the gun and you start pulling, but wait a minute, I'm by myself. Well, that's okay. These machines that throw the targets are made by Long Range. You can adjust them so they can delay on you. You can pick up to 5 seconds of delay for each target, and you just have to play around with it. I like to do 3-second delays when I'm training myself and by myself. But if I have somebody pulling for me, like over in the back over there, this is Chris. He's gonna throw these targets for me today. So I won't have to do this on delay myself. So here's your card. We're gonna go ahead and put it in, and we're ready to go. So if you're with your friends, you can just hit a target and it'll throw. Go ahead and pull, and there's a target going up in the air. So you probably can't see that on the camera, but what we're doing here is we can throw anything you can imagine. And isn't that cool? Like, you can go out here, if you want to throw the thing across water or throw it into a tree and bounce it off and make it do flips, like there's a rabbit over here that's jumping like a BMX bike, which I loved. You can do anything you want. But there's one more little caveat that's going on here. If you look at all this array of stuff I have here, of course I got my Fiocchi White Rhino ammo because I'm gonna blow some targets up for you guys. Got my Ranger glasses, my ESP ears, and my trusty old Blaser shotgun. I like to look cool. Maybe you don't think I look cool, but I am wearing my bear pelt, and that makes me look and feel cool. But if you don't like that, you can always customize it the way you want. And they have them here, so go check their pro shop out. They have custom bear pelt with their name on it. But what you see here that's really crazy is all these different targets, stacks of targets. We have rabbits, we have Batus, we have middies, we have 70s. I like to call this the tweener because it's in between a 60, which nobody throws anymore, if you've been around as long as I have, and a 70, or the 90, it's really tiny. And then we have a standard. This is what most of you guys have shot before. If you've been out on a trap range, you've shot one of these. If you've been on a skeet range, you've shot one of these. The only target that I haven't got them here yet setting is an international target, and hopefully one day we'll have that because we shoot a lot of international targets overseas. But until then, this is what you get. all these targets fly differently. We got little guys that come out of the machine fast. It's hard to see. They're going to go through the air. Hopefully Chris throws them right, or I set them right for you guys out here so you can actually see it and shoot at it. You have the Batu that slides through the air because it's really thin, but once it slows down, it opens up and you can see a big orange target. It's right in your face, or you might even see it black. It's okay. You just got to shoot at it. Don't miss, right? You have the Rabbit target, which is a big, thick piece of pitch target. These are in all different colors: orange, green, white. I saw white today. I can't believe he threw that in the trees where I was at, but it was white. But hey, that's what we get. One side's black, one side's whatever color they're throwing. Because of the different terrain, you'd see different colors. Then they have the elusive MIDI. This is in between a standard target and the 70 target. So this one will sometimes look like a regular target, but it's not. And they'll throw them close and you'll think it's a standard target really far away, but it's not. And it gets you and it'll throw you off. And they did that today on the tower station. And very few people actually hit both targets. We had a slow regular and a really fast MIDI. So there it is. On the East Coast, even you'll see some of these with black rings around. It will look identical to the standard target, and that's when it gets crazy because it looks the same even though it's not. So with that being said, you're going to get lots of targets out here, so make sure you're shooting them. So practice a lot. Come out and see us at STC. I'm going to shoot a couple. Hold on a second while I get my party on with my shotgun. All right, on report please. Pull. Hammer time. Come see us.